Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Start of a new month, start of a new rotation of pens in use. This month's theme actually came from one of my YouTube lives. I was going to do Christmas in July, but it wasn't exciting me when I was trying to pick the pens. So I put it out to my live group, and this is a suggestion that they came back with. So join me now, down on the table. We'll take a look what's in this wrap for Halloween in July. Welcome down to the table. Brand new month, brand new theme. The theme this month, as I said in the intro, Halloween in July. Been really interesting one, this. I've been able to come up with a number of pens that I haven't used very often, which is quite nice. I'm going to turn this page ever so slightly. There we go. It just makes it a little bit easier for me to write with my writing position. So the first pen from China, we've got the Kaigelu. And this is the Kaigelu 222. It says on the listing that this is a fine long knife. I think it's just a fine the way I see it. It's orange coloured, so I thought, yeah, orange, that's a bit of a colour for Halloween. The section even there is orange. Let's take this off so you can see the ink. It's also an orange ink. It's floating around there. In the hand, it's actually not too bad, feels fairly comfortable. Section I find sometimes can be a bit slippy, but that's fine. I hold my pens down low and there is a little bit of a lip there at the bottom, so I know when my fingers are going too far down. We've got a fairly small nib on this. Okay, it's a steel nib. So we've got here a price-wise, about $17 Aussie. The ink, Diamine Wonderland. I quite like this orange ink. I really need to use this more often. Drying times. That was immediate. Oops, managed to get the line above as well. 10 seconds. $30 seconds. Little tiny smudge still. 1 minute. After a minute there, I'm still getting the tiniest bit of a smudge, but not overly much. So it's going to be interesting with this one. The nib, it does feel fairly sharp. So as I go through the month, I try my pens on a number of different papers. So it'll be interesting to see how it behaves with some of those. Pen number 2, staying in China. We've got the Jinhao 100. This has got the skeleton covering on it. There we go. Hopefully you can see that in the light. Trying to turn it around. I like my Jinhao 100s. I've got about 5 or 6 of them. I've got quite a few. The thing that makes this pen different though, this is not the nib that came with it. It came with, I think it was an extra fine. It might have been a fine, but I think it was extra fine. And I've swapped it. And on here, I've got a medium cursive italic nib, made by Italics. Now, I don't think these are made anymore. The gent that made them, I believe he retired. You see there, though, that nib, the way it's got that cut end. So one thing I have to try and remember with this pen is to turn it a little bit so I get to use that nib to its full extent. So here we've got price of the pen. You're looking, I'm calling this out at about $38 Aussie because of the fact we've got that different nib on there. The actual pen themselves, you can get them a lot cheaper than that. The ink, Diamine Pick Me Up. So this is a sheening and a scented ink. So you get a whiff of like a really sweet coffee. The ink, the base colour is brown, but as it dries, hopefully we'll start to see some of that, it dries to have a really nice green sheen on top of it. Drying times, that's immediate. 10 seconds. "30 seconds. Look, we're nearly dry there at 30 seconds. We'll do the 1 minute test. That's what I was saying about how you have to get the nib oriented right. After a minute there, that's nice and dry. Now this does surprise me a little bit because I normally find that the scented inks are actually quite wet. So yeah, fairly well drying. And hopefully in the writing here you can see the natural line variation that comes out from that nib. It's why I like that nib so much. And on here, it looks so nice. So that's a Jinhao 100. Up next, our last pen from China. Let's move this up. This is from HongDian. It's the HongDian 100. Now, why did I pick this as being a Halloween pen? Well, as you can see, it's absolutely covered there in engraving. And I don't know why, but this brings in mind to me Egyptian pyramids and the colouring in there, not the colouring, the decoration and the hieroglyphs. I know it's not hieroglyphs, but that's just what comes into my mind. This is a fairly heavy pen. It's a piston filler, and we do have a little piston window there, or ink window should I say. I don't know why I always keep calling them piston windows. You can feel the weight of it. Number 6 size nibs. We've got a good size nib. Even on the nib there, we've got some nice fancy engraving. And this one, you can just about see this is a long blade knife. So this is a quite a nice writer. Price wise, here you're looking about 55 Aussie dollars. The ink, Colorverse Morning Glow. So a grey type ink, which I think goes well there with the silver there in the body. Drying times, immediate. 10 seconds. Look at that, 10 seconds, that's dry. This is going to be a brilliant pen for taking notes. So there we've got that HongDian 100. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. We've taken a look at the pens that are under 150 Aussie dollars. So now let's take a look at 3 pens that I'll be using that are over 150 Aussie dollars. The first one, this is the Conklin All-American. The model name is Courage, and this is Red Courage, as you can see there, the red writing. Love this white. So I brought this in as a Halloween pen because, you know, it looks like a ghost. And I thought, yeah, ghosts, definitely Halloween. Fairly light feeling pen. Very comfortable in the hand. Nice length on it. The section's nice. We've got that broad nib there in black. Again, steel. All this month's pens are steel nibbed. It's just so comfortable to use. So we've got here that's got a broad nib on it. Price wise, approximately 210 Aussie dollars. The ink, Colorverse Red Horizon. So I've called it out to match that red there. Quite a nice ink, this Colorverse Red Horizon. I've had it in a number of pens already. Drying times, immediate, 10 seconds. "30 seconds. Yeah, we've still got a smudge there. 1 minute. After a minute there, that one's now nice and dry. It's another nice combo though, isn't it? So that's the All-American. Going to move this up. 2 more pens to go. There we are. I can get both of them on the camera now without moving again. So the next one is an Australian turned pen, and it's using a Brooks Blanks Alien Execution. So this is from Just Turnings, and it's the Just Turnings Enceladus. This has got a matte finish on it. As I say, Alien Execution. I thought, well, yeah, Alien, again, Halloweeny. Very nice. Fairly light feeling. Gorgeous fit in the hand. Nice size on it. We've got a Yoho nib in here. So this is a Yoho broad nib. Okay. No, it's not even. It's a double broad nib. I should look at my notes before speaking, shouldn't I? Very comfortable. Very, very comfortable to write with. So we got there you go, with that double broad. You can see how wet this is. What a beautiful line it's putting down. Price wise, you're looking approximately 210 Aussie dollars. Obviously, it's hand turned, so the price may change depending on what you want. The ink, Diamine Velvet Emerald. Nice green colour there. Not quite matching the colours in the pen, but if I'd have gone for a really pale greeny yellow, I wouldn't have been able to read my writing. So that's why I thought, yeah, Velvet Emerald, that'll do. Drying times, immediate, 10 seconds. "30 seconds. Still getting a smudge, 1 minute. After a minute there, that's another one, nice and dry. So that's that Just Turnings Alien Execution. The final pen from TWSBI, the TWSBI Draco. I chose this because Draco Dragon, and you know, I can see Dragon and Halloween being associated in a very loose way, although, you know, it's still there, that connection in my mind. Piston filling pen, fairly small ink window, just about usable. The actual full part of this is not the ink window, the ink part is actually within that, so it is sometimes a bit difficult to see. Small nib, this is one of the things that lets this pen down for me. I'd have preferred a number 6 nib on here. This is rose gold plated, it's a steel nib. It's beautiful, really nice fit in the hand. Again, we've got that broad nib. Price wise, I paid 215 Aussie dollars. This was a limited edition. By limited, I can never remember, it was either 2,000 or 5,000, so it's not really limited. So you can't buy them anymore from retailers. So you'd have to go onto the open market, eBay, places like that, to see if you can get one. I haven't seen one listed for ages though, so I'm putting down what I paid for it. The ink. By Diamine, and it's bar humbug, my favourite saying. This is a chameleon ink, and I'm just going to hold this up, hopefully you can see there. Loads of like a really bright pinky colour coming through there as the chameleon, and that's sitting on top of that nice purpley colour as the base. So seeing a fair bit of that chameleon there. That's something, again, as I go through the month, I'll try it on different papers to see how it behaves. Drying times, immediate, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, wow, we're getting close to dry there, 1 minute. After a minute, yeah, that one's nice and dry. Seeing loads and loads of chameleon. I'm going to pick it up one more time, see if I can get a really good look at that on the camera. Can you see that chameleon coming through there? Now, normally, in other pens, I've not seen much of this chameleon coming through with this ink. So this is really interesting. Could be another permanent match now until I run out of bar humbug. I really like the way it comes out there. So let's swap over and take a look at this month's pen wrap and a final look at each of the pens. Hey, we've got it this month's pen wrap. I thought I'd go for Spider-Man. We've got the web, so again, trying to pick up a little bit on that Halloween theme. So the first pen, the Kaigelu 222. Up next, the Jinhao 100. Then we've got that HongDian 100. The Conklin All-American. The Just Turn-Ins Alien Execution, and then finally the TWSBI Draco. So let's wrap this up. Go and quickly wrap these round. Just give that a quick tie there. So they're my pens for July of 2025. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Halloween in July, bit of a different type of subject, isn't it? Gonna really enjoy this month, I think. What are your thoughts on my startup though? Why don't you join me? What pens can you use for Halloween in July? Please drop any comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit that thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.